Hello. Good morning. How you doing? Welcome to Morning Teen Allegations. This is your host, Petty B, otherwise known as Bianca Goolsby, and I'm so excited to be with you this morning. Now, today, I had to pull out my trusty dusty robe because we need to go to court today, and I'm definitely judging. I'm definitely judging what's happening and what's taking place. But before we get there, let's go ahead and get started with our church announcements. Amen. Okay, so as you know, election day, November 3rd. Okay, please make sure that you research and you go line by line on your ballot. If you need assistance and recommendation for Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee County for school board, please let me know. Follow Teaching for the Culture. We have the receipts and we can assist you if you need help on who to vote for school board. Please be intentional and get the facts. Okay. The Sunshine Education Coalition is here. Please make sure you follow the movement by visiting sunshineeducationcoalition.org. Shout out to the squad. It is a privilege to be a part of the movement. Now, tonight, there is a event for District 5 and the event has been modified. Okay. Amen. So we're doing a live chat. Both of the candidates are unable to attend to debate. So we're going to debate in a safe space. So I'm going to open the phone line and provide a link to where you can hop on and let's have a talk about District 5. I want to know, who you're voting for, why you're voting for them, everything like that. So the call-in number is 813-400-3311. And again, I will be posting the link for you to hop on. And I think that this will be a great opportunity for people to just have an open conversation about District 5 because it is a very important race due to the factors involved. Immediately following that, we do have Lynn Gray that will be attending the Hillsborough District 7 debate. Sally Harris declined to participate, and so we are going to open the platform for people to have intentional conversations with Lynn Gray, and therefore she can answer questions without being interrupted. So this is a great way to host these events, and I'm so excited that Teaching for the Culture has the digital reach that it has in order to make this stuff happen and possible, and for voters to be intentional with what these school board candidates are saying. Okay. Whew, that was a lot of church announcements. Let me go ahead. I'll be right back with my church announcements and video sponsors. I'll be back. Thank you, church members, as we have additional announcements and disclaimers that require your full attention. I report the news, so don't try me with the copyright. In addition, the views and opinions on Morning Teen Allegations belong to me. If you have any questions, bring your receipts so that we can talk. If you get froggy with me, don't expect me to go high and be the bigger person. I will clap back in sage later. God is still working on me. Thank you for your attention and govern yourselves accordingly. Amen. This episode is sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is the best way that you can securely go on the web without your information being tracked. Stay private with a VPN and go to the link www.biancagoolsby.com/VPN. It's a 30-day free trial, so there's nothing to lose. Look, so first of all, my teacup is in a solo cup because it's a lot going on. And I'm judging because this is just too much. It's just gone too far. Okay. Now I want to go ahead and share something with you that I seen on the Tampa Bay Times and something that I have been talking about. And this is now in black and white. So there's 22 men that are faced with charges after they were soliciting sex with young boys and girls. And they were doing a sting and they arrested 22 men. And so they had a social bus and these 24-year-olds were trying to talk to 15-year-olds and a 31-year-old man was trying to talk to a 15-year-old girl. And it was a lot. Okay, it's all right here in this article. I'm sharing this information with you because I keep honing this in and I want you to really understand. Parents, please check the cell phone. Please, because what your children are doing and the different apps that are out there that your children have easy access to download, they have a lot of access to things, and you need to be very intentional with what your kids are watching and what they're reading and who they're connected to. Just like you would be concerned with who comes at your door well, be concerned with who's in your front door, who's in your house, because they're on your child's phone. Okay. So with that being said, I just wanted to bring that to your attention because it's happening out here. There's children going missing and they're using social media to lure in children. So please check the cell phone. And if you haven't watched The Social Dilemma, I'm telling you, it's something you need to watch. So please watch it. And if you have watched it, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I would love to know what were your thoughts of watching The Social Dilemma. It's on Netflix. Okay, so this week has been wild, folks, and the tea is hot. And so Tuesday, let's back up. There were some educators that came to the school board meeting in Hillsborough County and completely dropped the mic on the board and the superintendent. And I want you to make sure that you pray and you have a hedge of protection over them, because speaking out is real, retaliation is real, and just make sure that you pray that they're supported on their school site and that they don't have a target on their back. Now, in Pinellas County, the teachers are exhausted. The simultaneous teaching is overwhelming with our educators, and a lot of them are getting fed up to the point where they're walking out the door. What I want to talk about today, though, is the surgical quarantines. And so this is how it's explained to me how this is working. So if a student tests positive in your classroom, only the students that were sitting directly around the infected student gets quarantined. So the teacher doesn't get quarantined if the student is in the classroom, just the children that are around the infected student. Michael, Dr. Greco, I need you to address this because I want to know about this surgical quarantine plan that you guys have here, because I want to make sure that it complies with the CDC guidelines. I also don't understand how you're ensuring that your staff and your employees are safe when you're cherry picking who may be in contact with COVID-19 when they're all in a close proximity. I don't understand how we can pick and choose contract tracing procedures. But by the way, there's an entire training with the CDC about this and how the district should go about this. So I want to know, did the district complete the CDC trainings? Let me go ahead and pull up the receipt, folks, because I need people to understand that like this is a real thing. Like there's a real training with the CDC. And I want to know if, can they pull out some receipts with some certificates? Okay. So this is from the CDC website. I will post the link in the comment section so that you can read it yourself. Okay. And they have different trainings in here that you can take for contract tracing that complies with their guidelines. So, since these people, and there's like some principals that are doing contact tracing, and it's like, how are you qualified to do contract tracing? Did you take any training? Like, these are the things that we need answered. This is not just for Pinellas County at this point. This is for all districts in the state of Florida. How are you complying with contract tracing? What type of training was done, and how are you preparing for contract tracing? And is that being done with fidelity? Because we're seeing, news articles where there's, children that are riding buses. The bus drivers have no idea what's going on because they don't even tell them, but then yet blame the bus drivers for transporting students. It's just a lot going on. So there's just procedures here that we need to make sure that we follow. So with that being said, when we're following the COVID-19 cases, Florida Politics has another headline, and it's about Pinellas County. And I'm trying to figure out where's that energy in Hillsborough, because when I'm looking at those quarantine numbers, it's a sight to see. So this is from Florida Politics, and it talks about Pinellas schools reported record COVID numbers. And this is an article that was posted on the 8th. So this was yesterday, and about the classrooms that were impacted. Well, Manatee County is being impacted a lot with COVID-19. There's people out here that don't even believe to wearing a mask. So I can only imagine how COVID is spreading in, Manatee County. And Hillsborough County, the numbers are alarming, and the way that they're doing their COVID tracker is so disingenuous, and there's so many holes with that. So we can't even get real clear numbers on what's actually happening with the school site, which really just defeats the purpose of having a COVID tracker if it's not accurate and done with fidelity in the first place. But anywho, it's beyond me. Like I said, we need the quarantine data. We need to know how many children, are quarantined, because the question of the hour is what's happening to the children that are quarantined, because they're unable to switch because, scheduling conflicts and everything else. So when they're quarantined for 14 days, what do they do? What do they learn? This plan definitely has increased the learning gap, if we haven't discovered that already, and it's really made children frustrated to the point where they're already shutting down and said, I give up. And that's the sad part about it. So in Hillsborough, there's a lot of stuff going on, folks, and my gosh, it's exhausting. But anywho, I was very thankful to link up with Nadia Combs. She's running for District 1. Shout out to her. Teaching for the Culture is supporting her in her candidacy. So make sure that you vote for Nadia Combs in District 1. So it was great connecting with her and, just talking about her plans, and she's very excited for what District 1 can be and the collaboration that's needed across the entire district to really change the needle, because 111 schools declined. So, I mean, obviously the results are where they're at. So, there's some drama in a couple of these school board races that I want to talk about. So, there's drama in school board race 3 and 5. So the question for Mitch Thrower, can you explain the type of people that are giving money to your campaign? And why are they interested in your fight for advocating for children and setting policy on the school board? What's not happening in the Tampa Bay area moving forward? And that goes for Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Manatee in particular. What we're not going to do is have a candidate that thinks that they're going to buy their seat in order for political capital in school board races moving forward. That's being shut down. That's not going to work moving forward due to the fact that our children deserve better. And what we're not going to do is have these positions as stepping stones to offset your political aspirations and your dreams and your ideology when our kids come first. So with that being stated, I'm really over the transactional politics, the transactional world. And I just really hope that people can just do right and just do right by people and make the best decisions that will have a lasting positive impact. But instead, people play political games. So as I always say, follow the money and people lie, receipts don't. Well, Jessica Vaughn posted this on her Facebook, and let me go ahead and get it queued up here. Okay. So she says, I'm going to leave this here. Hypocrisy, the practice of claiming to have moral standards or beliefs to which one's own behavior does not conform. Example 1, claiming to support policies that will end the school to prison pipeline while accepting money from PACs who are directly funded by one of the country's largest private prison company. Example 2, denouncing bullying while being endorsed and supported by a plethora of self-proclaimed bullies and mean girls. Example 3, repeatedly using the word substitute to devalue our substitute teachers while claiming that you used to be a substitute teacher yourself. Example 4, push your budgeting experience when you can't even manage your own campaign finance report. Example 5, claiming to hold people accountable when you're forced off the Hillsborough County Commission Planning Committee due to a conflict of interest with huge amounts of bundled contributions you were accepting from reckless developers. Example 6, saying that your strength is what gets along with everyone while running a pretty negative campaign and deleting hiding comments from voters who ask hard questions or disagree with how you frame things. And that's all I have to say about that. On November 3rd, vote for someone with integrity, experience, and someone who values public education. Vote for Jessica Vaughn for school board. And with that, I say, Jessica did that. I mean, the receipts are clear. There's questions about, he's bragging about being supported by Jamie Grant, and Jamie Grant is not a good politician at all. He's awful, and which is why, our returning citizens have difficulties trying to make their voice heard when they've already repaid for what they've done. So it's just really unfortunate that, this stuff is happening, but speak truth to power and hold people accountable, because I'm telling you, it's a lot going on. Now let's move to District 5, Jesus. So we need to have a serious conversation with Tamara Schamberger, and I just want to cue the music for this one because this is too much here. My God. So, Tammy, can someone please go get her? Bring her to the front of the congregation and lock the door, because we need to have some serious conversations, and I'm not gonna let this go. So, Sister Tammy, in the church, we are requesting the receipts. Now, you posted on Facebook now, and let me go ahead and put it up on the screen. You posted and you said, can someone tell my opponent it's a crime to take campaign signs? I have video. #stop it. Now, I'm not sure why you deleted the screenshot after so many people saw it. I mean, you should have left it up. And when people were asking questions, where is the video? Where is the video? Because you have accused this man, Henry Shade Washington, of committing a crime. This is not an accusation that we should take lightly. So I honestly don't want to hear anything else unless we see this video at all. You were bold enough to put it up on social media and then you deleted it. Be bold enough to publish the receipt. If Henry Shade Washington stole your campaign sign and he broke the law, then let's hold him accountable. But what we not going to do is we not going to be making these posts and deletes and then want to play the victim for sympathy and say that, people is just trying to target you on your campaign. We are talking about your record. Okay. You're the one that's running for school board. Okay. And there's questions that people are trying to ask you. And it seems as though you don't want to go back and you don't want to answer those questions. So let's go ahead and get a flashback moment, folks, because what I don't understand is how we continue to play these games over and over and we act like stuff didn't happen before now. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to go back. We're going to run it back to season 1 so y'all can hear what's going on here.
The question is, if you're not selected for the seat, what will be your plan to continue to move your vision in the community?
Thank you so much for that question. Kind of a trick question. I'm the only candidate tonight that knows this job, that not only knows it, but has executed very well. Because I will be reelected for this seat. There is no other option for our community. In 4 years, I've done well. Again, there's no other option but me. But I will offer this for my 3 opponents who've been absent in the process for the last 4 years. I've been on this front line by myself fighting. Our students need someone who is tried and true. I already have a plan in place, and we have our students well ahead of the pack already. And I appreciate my opponent like Elvis Pickett for that. Stand with me, support me, continue to fight with me.
This board made an agreement that we could pick 1 or 51 candidates. Ray and Associates have given a false perception, has caused controversy in this community and confusion because of it.
Please limit
so, Mr. Porter, I'm asking you, if this is an important process, Ms. Snively.
I understand
on behalf
that,
of my
but I am trying to run an orderly meeting, Ms. Schamberger.
I get it.
Okay, and you are out of order right now.
Well, whatever. So.
Anytime you're an elected official and you can't be held accountable without sending threats, you got a problem. We need someone in that seat that don't mind being held accountable. We are in trouble. It's a disgrace for you to have a chair of a school board that acts that elementary. Shame on her. It shows bad character. It shows no integrity.
I'm the only candidate tonight that knows this job. Again, there's no other option but me. But I will offer this.
Such a embarrassment and disgrace.
Let me tell you something. all these games and charades that we talking about and how people want to play politics on the backs of our children, that stops today, because I'm judging, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in this world. And people out here being petty on social media, and they out here making false allegations. Tamara Schamberger, don't post nothing else on social media unless you have receipts of this man. You have alleged that this man committed a crime, and it's your duty to produce the receipt, because you was bold enough to put it on social media. So you need to be bold enough to publish the receipt. And if you don't have a receipt, then you need to apologize to Henry Shake Washington for what you've said, because you accused him of a crime, and we trying to find out where your receipts at. Now, moving forward, because it's a lot going on, but I understand that Henry Shake Washington isn't the perfect candidate, but he can work with people. And politically, Tammy Schamberger has burnt too many bridges. And I'm telling you that it's all documented, folks. And it's one of those things where it's just too much. It is too much drama when we have kids that are being sent to prison. We lead the state. 111 schools declined. We have issues where money is not being allocated. And if y'all go check that Form 6 for school board member Tamara Schamberger, you will see that her net worth increased ever since she's been on the board, but yet our kids still are not being served justice here. And it's so sad. I am so sad. And, someone on my page asked me, was like, why are you so focused on District 5? Because I care. Because I was actually in a school in District 5 where I was asking for help, where I was asking the district for resources. When me and a group of educators were talking about this has all came full circle. And it was just a dog and pony show. And you have candidates that are out here saying that we're closing the achievement gap. But in fact, the data that I'm going to tell you and show you that's facts is a whole different situation. So I'm going to just say, be intentional with your vote. And all I can do is provide you the receipts and just let you hear my heart in this, that this is for the kids. And Shake needs your help. He needs your support. Instead of people out here saying, what has he done in 42 years? I've never seen them volunteer at a school. For the people that have so much to say about Shake Washington, I want to know, how are you helping the community with our children? Because now all of a sudden I'm seeing all of these activists everywhere talking about education. But where were you? And I'm still going to say that because people need to be held accountable for where we are now in order for us to move forward. Moving forward, I hope everyone is intentional with educational politics as you are with this election cycle. From the way that yard signs have been just magically placed up on every neighbor's doorstep, to where yard signs are being pulled and destroyed and set on fire. And this is school board races we're talking about, where signs are being ran over by cars. At the end of the day, folks, your children deserve better. And I understand that I live in a different area, but I care because I work there. I worked in the environment and I love my kids. And I told them that I was going to do everything to fight for my kids. And that's what I'm doing. So if you don't like me for telling the truth and posting the receipts of the incumbent Tamara Schamberger, then don't like me. But it's not for any personal vendetta or any personal issues. I've even tried to have mediation with her. So I'm going to move on. Now, Hillsborough County, I got this robe on because somebody is going to have to pay up because there's a whole investigation going on right here. And I just want to thank the help of the whistleblowers in this district because, I found out that the district doesn't have a license to use certain resources that they're distributing district wide. And that's a big problem, right? So I'm trying to help Julie get these receipts, okay? Because if you didn't see the post, please go. I'll link it in the comments. But basically, the district got caught up, and I had asked the question, who's responsible? When I tell you the tea hot, let me go ahead and get my cup. Because boy, y'all was snitching, and I was here for it, because I'm going to help Julie and I'm going to help Kathy get their money. So I would like to introduce the leader of this foolishness, and the tea is so hot with this. She was recently appointed from Clay County, and she is over this grade level. She's over this curriculum. She is responsible for it. So I just want to go ahead and just pull it up on the screen so you can see who we're talking about. Okay. So on the left-hand side comes from the district's website, and in red, I have indicated where her name is, okay, and who she is. I also did an investigation on LinkedIn to figure out what I could find out. So this is what I was able to find out. Okay, so she is a elementary science specialist at Clay County Public Schools. Okay, and this was prior to her moving to the district. Okay. And so then she was a teacher at Citrus County. It says on LinkedIn that she's been working there for 10 years, but that wouldn't be possible because she currently works for Clay County, but now she works for Hillsborough County. So I don't think that she's been working present. I think that maybe there is an error there with LinkedIn. Then she worked in Duval County as the science specialist. So again, we're with this science theme here. And then the next thing that was on her LinkedIn was reading interventionalist. And so this was at Seminole Public Schools. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I can't even read that from where I'm at, so I don't even know why I'm playing. But there's another school district where she worked for 11 months, and she worked with reading. If you look at what she says as far as what she's done, it's a sight to see. I will definitely link her LinkedIn so that you're able to see it. Okay. Now, with that being said, so they pointed it to her. Okay. And then, obviously she is new to Hillsborough County. So welcome, Ann. Welcome to Hillsborough County. Welcome to, you're gonna learn about a lot. So I did put her LinkedIn in the comments so that y'all can look at it. Okay. So then I pulled up her education license, which y'all helped me with that. I didn't even know that there was a database that could easily pull this stuff. So thank y'all for that, because with that I found some more tea that's hot, and I'm just like, it's so good. Okay. So I want to go ahead and post what I saw, because I think it's really, really important. So if you go to her license, okay, this is her certificate. So the question on the floor was, does she have any qualifications for reading? Well, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I looked up her license and she does not have a certification in reading according to the FLDOE. So this is the receipt. So I don't understand it. It has more questions for me, and I just want to pause for this moment. So this educator that was a science resource and worked in science has taken a job to be over literacy in the district for grades 3 through 5.
Bruh.
Folks, I'm just giving you this information, and y'all go ask the questions, because I'm truly exhausted. I have so many questions. Like, is she qualified? Like, what did she do with literacy. Like, she's not even reading endorsed. I mean, there's teachers in the department teaching, you know, reading and language arts, and they have a reading endorsement. Why doesn't their supervisor have a reading endorsement? Like, just those are just some questions that I'm just throwing out there, just, you know, because, you know, these people are getting paid what they're worth. And I just want to make sure that, you know, they're qualified, because, you know, if you've primarily worked with science, I'm not understanding if, you know, you have a cert. You know, I don't even know if you have a qualification, like I don't know. I'm just here just bringing the information to you. Y'all can go get the receipts and start asking questions. Okay. So then I was like, so knowing what the district is, like, why would that decision be made? Like, I would think that out of the 7th largest district in the nation, the 3rd largest in the state, we will have a applicant pool of people who were certified in reading, that have done work in literacy curriculum. And we pick someone who's been working in science in Clay County, and they decided that the best thing to do was to download some Teachers Pay Teachers and iReady information and put it on a Word document and upload it to Canvas. It's beyond me. This is all on Canvas, folks. And I'm helping Julie get the bag, because this is disseminated. The 4th grade Canvas has, you know, Teachers Pay Teacher content in it. The 5th grade Canvas has Teacher Pay Teacher content in it. And it's just so interesting, because I got a message last night from another educator in the district that told me that Addison Davis has said that he didn't want to see Teachers Pay Teachers. So obviously he's seen my Facebook post and he's telling the people he don't want to see it. But at the end of the day, we now have a copyright infringement situation. Your employee that you've recruited, Addison Davis, that you brought here to Hillsborough County, this is your employee, okay? She got the job because of you. She thought that it was going to be the best idea to download some copyrighted material from Teachers Pay Teachers and illegally distribute content without paying for it. We could pay for all this curriculum, but we couldn't pay the creator their worth, because y'all done put it all on Canvas for all the teachers in the organization to see. Y'all gonna have to cut this lady a check, and not just Julie, Kathy, because Kathy's stuff in there too. I'm gonna show y'all all this. So then I'm getting receipts on Ann, who, you know, is recruited in this and who's responsible for this, right? But then I also get receipts on Megan. Listen, Megan got a big promotion too. So let me go back to the chart. Okay. So right above that, you have Megan. Okay. And she was an assistant principal at a Clay County school. And how she became the supervisor over literacy for the 3rd largest school district in the state. Her data better be on point, baby. I tell you, Tampa Bay Times did an investigative report back in 2019 about the reading crisis that we have. And I just want to put up the data for you so you can see it. Okay, so this is where Hillsborough stands. 39 elementary schools are on the lowest 300 list for reading. And they have been leading the state for the last 3 years. So when you have school board members talk about proven leadership, proven results, these are the results that we're talking about. How this district in Hillsborough has been leading the lowest 300 list for 3 years. And this report was done in then out of the lowest 300 list, there's another list, and it's the persistently low performing schools, which is a sub list of the lowest 300. Hillsborough County leads that list as well, with 13 of 48 schools on that list. So we lead the lowest 300 list that is below the lowest 300, and we are leading that too. Proven leadership, proven results. Okay. 53% of Hillsborough third graders are reading on level. 53%. They're reading on level, which is 3 points worse than a year ago and 4 points worse than the statewide number. So as you can see, folks, I get really offended when school board members are out here saying that, we're closing the achievement gap or the graduation rate is 31%, and that's a lie. The data is inaccurate. And when you lie about data like that, it harms children. So as you can see, these people in position, it's really important for Hillsborough, especially when we talk about literacy, because of the impacts that we have. Like, we lead the state and the school to prison pipeline. So, I just want to also bring into perspective that, board member Steve Kona, had, made a motion to bring these people in early so that Addison Davis can do the work. Well, it's very clear that Ann, who Addison Davis brought with him, thought that it was appropriate to download material from Teachers Pay Teachers and have this material in a Word document and push to Canvas for all the employees in the district. Y'all need to start asking questions. I just want to thank you, Jennifer Whalen, with the 100 stars. And let me tell you about the stars. And I need to do a commercial for it. But basically, Facebook has it set up for me now, and I'm thankful for it. But basically, every star is a penny. And so it's a way for you to support the stream and give stars. And with stars, that unlocks different emojis and different cool stuff. I haven't configured everything. I really haven't had the time to, but it's a great way to support the stream. So I thank you and appreciate you for that. So, I talked to, I lost my train of thought with the stars. I talked to Julie and her husband, and I said, hey, sis, they're using your content. I'll help you get the receipts, but I just want to let you know that, a teacher brought this forward to me, and I just wanted to reach out to you to see if you had gave the district a license to use your content. She said, no, absolutely not. The receipts are in the comments, in my other post that you can go read. And so I also reached out to Kathy, and so I'm waiting for her to respond, because I also seen a watermark for one of her pieces that was in Canvas that belongs to the district. So, I just start asking questions. We're paying people what they're worth, and yet things like this are happening. A lot of questions here. People need to start figuring it out, because, I don't know, but I guess it's disheartening for me is that the 7th largest school district in the nation is literally participating in copyright infringement and is illegally distributing people's content on their Canvas platform. It's just beyond me. So, and it's sad because Addison Davis was like, I don't want to see any Teachers Pay Teachers, but it's already done, sir. So hopefully, you go ahead and cut a check to Julie and Kathy and the other victims that's probably out there that we're still finding, which, one victim, by the way, that doesn't play that, I just want to let you know, is Scholastic. So they basically stole an image from their website, and it's important because I want you to see the terms of service. So the terms of service is very, very clear on their materials. And again, the district just steals information and uses it for curriculum. And this is who we're paying 6 figures to, allegedly. I don't know. Y'all need to ask questions about that. And so again, like I said, I reached out to Kathy, and this was one of the items that was in there. And this was in the 5th grade Canvas. And so I reached out to Kathy, and let her know that, and this is what I put. I said, hey there, I'm a reporter with Teaching for the Culture. I believe Hillsborough County Public Schools is using your content as district resources without crediting your work. Did you provide HCPS a license? They are the 7th largest school district in the nation. In their 5th grade folder in Canvas, a document was sent to me that has your watermark. I wanted to check with you because they're using other content from Teacher Pay Teachers where credit is not given to the creator and teachers are told to use the resources provided. I would love to speak with you, and I provided her email address, my email address. So there's that. So hopefully I hear back from Kathy and I can update you guys in that feed and let you know what I hear back. But the fact that we got people making 6 figures and they're literally copying and pasting, iReady and Teacher Pay Teachers, board members ask questions. We rush to get these people here, and this is the end result. And this is over literacy, the foundation, reading. My gosh, like I don't understand it. I don't. And the more that I think about it, the more frustrated that I get. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, because y'all need to just take this and start asking questions. Speaking of questions, there's people that are on hardships at Plant City and at Plant City High School, and y'all probably need to start asking questions. The question of the hour is, if I live in Apollo Beach, can I attend Plant City High School? And under what factors can I do that? That's the question that I want you to ask. It may or may not relate to somebody in office or, somebody running the school district. I don't know. But like I said, today's episode is lie, cheat, and steal. And if you lie, you can cheat and you can steal. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. So I hope that we see some media headlines regarding the district stealing resources from, websites and providing it as content for children. And the sad part is that children are being robbed of this. Children are being robbed opportunities because of foolishness like this. We have put someone who has no credentials and no certifications in reading, according to the Florida Department of Education. And we have someone over reading, the foundation of education. It is just unbelievable. It's upsetting to me. And y'all need to ask questions. Y'all need to go get the receipts. And I have it here for you. But people lie, receipts don't. And remember, folks, if you don't have any receipts about me, then please keep my name out your mouth. But ask your child if they received a bottle of water today. Because, we're making sure that we're keeping our kids hydrated and making sure that they're not drinking water that has been contaminated with lead, and they didn't want to do and tell the parents about what's happening. With that being said, I love y'all. Y'all have a great Friday. Have a great day. And until next time, peace. Please keep my name about your mouth and mind your business.